Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's morning musings is passionate neutrality. I'm doing daily morning musings, and I am using posts from my blog, Adventures in Density and Effort, as inspiration. Now, I wrote those posts a while back, and the world has completely transformed since then. So if I encounter anything as I am reading that seems out of date, I will interrupt myself and give you the most recent information. And at the end, if necessary, I will summarize the topic based on what's going on in the world today. I also have some special offers, so stay tuned to the very end to see what they are. Passionate neutrality. The other day I was having dinner with my son. We were talking about a recent celebrity death, and I made the comment about that it was an interesting way for someone to choose to die. What are you talking about? He said. Nobody chooses to die. It surprised me that he didn't get it. I forget that others in my life may still not remember that they are infinite beings. As an infinite being, we choose everything from how we're born to how we're going to leave the body. And we're infinitely creative about how we do both of those things. Someone got offended by my last blog post, accusing me of not being compassionate, which was interesting since I think I concluded that when you're identifying yourself as your expanded self, you love everyone and everything in your hologram. It was the lens they were viewing my words through. I didn't mention that most, if not all, of the examples I used were taken from my own life. So it certainly wasn't like I was being invalidating of someone else. The meaning of the word compassion is a feeling of deep sympathy and sorrow for another who is stricken by misfortune, accompanied by a strong desire to alleviate their suffering. One of the definitions of sympathy is the fact or power of sharing the feelings of another, especially in sorrow or trouble, fellow feeling, compassion, or commiseration. As an empath, one of my challenges is to not feel other people's feelings, especially if they're deeply suffering. You can't help someone out of a pit of despair by jumping into the pit yourself. You can only lend a hand when your feet are firmly planted on the edge. Everyone is an infinite being, or consciousness, creating a life story on this planet. The more capable and creative one is, the more exciting and dramatic the story is. The best actors choose the juiciest roles. I can understand that some people may not find this a compassionate point of view. However, when you view people and their lives this way, it empowers them. You're trusting that they have the ability to get themselves out of whatever situation they're in. We've all heard miraculous and historic stories of what individuals have overcome. You can detach with love from those who are in a nosedive due to their own actions or behavior. You can have passionate neutrality when assisting someone with misfortunes that seem to come from circumstances outside of their control. With passionate neutrality, you can know to assist when it's not enabling because you can tell the difference. It takes some practice learning to detach if you're used to jumping into the kiddie pool with everyone acting like they're drowning. You'll find, however, that your own life becomes much more manageable and your own thinking becomes much more sane when you do. So this is really a great perspective to have passionate neutrality. I think of Buddhist monks standing in the middle of a mall at Christmas time with that same sense of compassionate neutrality while everyone's losing their minds going shopping. But you can have compassionate neutrality with your children, with your loved ones, and it empowers them and gives them space to create their lives the way that they're creating their lives. Because as consciousness, we are very creative. There is no ethics about it. We'll create wonderful things or we'll create terrible things, and they're both an example of our creativity. And back to the topic of someone choosing to die, as consciousness, we choose whether we stay or go, or when we stay or go, or how we stay and go. But our bodies will take great offense at that because our bodies would like to stay here for as long as possible. So I invite you to play with the topic of compassionate neutrality. Just allow yourself to relax and have that lens. It's kind of like viewing the world as an infinite being, as consciousness, enjoying all of your creation in the hologram, and see how that transforms your life. And if you have any experiences like that, or if it does transform your life, go ahead and leave a comment below. I love to read your comments. And if you like these articles, please like them, and also please share them, because when you do that, it tells YouTube to share this far and wide, and that way it can reach people who really need this information. And if you want a free sample of one of my consciousness techniques, click on the link below to the Skybox technique, and it'll give you an infinite perspective of you and you creating your life. And I also have a self-study special called Manifesting Money and Miracles. It's a great basic training in how to embody different frequencies. And when you do that, it changes your inner state, which immediately reflects on your outer reality. Click on Manifesting Money and Miracles self-study course in order to learn about it. And if you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. I do individual sessions where I take a look at the essence of who you are and what's going on in your life today, and then I can answer any questions that you might have. I can look at relationships. I can look at decisions you need to make. I can look at what's coming up in your future. I can take a look at money issues. I can talk to dead people, and it's recorded just for you. And if you want to learn how to do this for yourself, Manifesting Money and Miracles self-study is a great basic training for this, and it's also a good preparation for my coaching special where I work with you one-on-one and give you specially chosen consciousness techniques for you to transform your life. So go to my website, joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you tomorrow in another morning musing.